We all know what it's like when your phone dies in the middle of an important call, your laptop charger is wherever the heck it is, and none of the cables plug into your laptop, like at all. This is a tech emergency. What if I told you that we can avoid all of this? What if I told you there was a way to make sure that this sort of thing just never happens again? Well, that's what I've been trying to accomplish with this. This is everything that goes into building the perfect tech kit. One that's been with me on long car rides, airports, coffee shops, and just wherever travel has taken me. So let's get started. Okay, right off the bat, I just want to make sure that everyone's aware. While I'll be talking about a lot of cool and sometimes expensive tech, you don't really need all or most of these things to get by. You can use things that you already have to make something that gets you 90% there. But I'll also try to explain how or why too. But I will also acknowledge that a lot of the fancy techie items that I mentioned in this video are great, and if you grab any of them using the links in the video description, it would help the channel too. So regardless of your budget or goals, I'm pretty sure that this will be a pretty interesting video. So let's start diving in. I used to travel a lot for a corporate job I worked at. I'm also a traveler in my own personal life. So all the things that I'm about to share with you are things that I've experienced and experimented with over time and found useful for myself during all of those travels. And these are also things that I sometimes don't tell anyone this. There's sometimes things that I try to sneak into family's birthday or holiday gifts when I run out of ideas. Okay, so what is the goal of this tech pouch then? Well, it's to basically solve all of your tech problems wherever you are. Because let's be real here, tech dominates our everyday lives. From phones, tablets, computers, smartwatches, game consoles, wireless earbuds, freaking everything is wireless or runs on batteries now. So we need something to make sure that we're always charged up and ready to go. Which led me to this, creating a tech emergency kit. But why did I choose a pouch like this over just dumping everything into like my backpack? Well, because one, you won't always be wearing a backpack. Two, you'll probably place your items throughout your backpack so that every time you need any specific thing, you'll be scrambling to find where you place them. And three, if it's in a pouch like this, it is so easy to just move this from bag to bag or place to place and know that everything is already consolidated inside of it. So I can have this pouch in my backpack, in my car, or at home. Okay, believe it or not, the actual bag or pouch that you decide on doesn't matter so much. Basically, just find whatever bag you personally like, even one that you might already own that's just sitting there in your closet. As long as it fits your aesthetic, it's good, perfect. But the bag should fit three main criteria. It should fit all of your tech stuff inside of it. It should take up little space, and it should preferably be water resistant too. So now I'm gonna give you two examples of ones that I personally use. The first one is obviously this Peak Design 1-liter tech pouch. And the second is this Bellroy tech kit. Now, they're both tiny, they come in a bunch of different colors, and I like how both of these look aesthetically for different reasons. The Peak Design bag is water resistant, and the Bellroy one is not. This one just sits in the car all the time, and so it's gained a stain permanently reminding me of my boba tea addiction. So obviously, with a water-resistant bag like the Peak Design one, I just worry about it way less, and overall, just requires less maintenance. All I ever really need to do is maybe wash it. While the Bellroy needs to be babied a bit more due to the type of material it's made out of. But the reason why these pouches work so great for this job is because of what's inside of them. They have these pockets and elastic straps to help you keep your things in place. So these things keep you organized while making sure that you don't take up too much space, whether that be in your car, your commuter bag, or your carry-on. Whatever. And if you're the type of person that just wants to be super extra careful and don't mind the extra bulk, well, then good for you. Both of these brands make larger size variants of both of these bags. Okay, so once we have the bags, let's talk about what's inside them. Huh, what's this? Well, today's sponsor, Jisulife and their Ultra 2 handheld fan. I live in Houston, Texas. It gets freaking hot here. So something that might be important to you during any kind of activity, especially in heat like that, is keeping yourself cool. So for that, the Ultra 2 fan is perfect. This thing blows air. And lots of it. It has an adjustable scroll wheel that can give you a gentle breeze all the way up to something that you think you'd find on an airport runway. It has a 9,000 milliamp hour battery that can power this thing for up to 25 hours of usage. But if you don't need to cool yourself down, you can use it as a battery bank to charge your phones or laptop, or use the built-in flashlight to get around, and it even comes with 3 magnetic attachments you can use to change the shape and strength of the air to clean up some of your stuff. like blowing gunk out of your keyboard or getting stuff out of the deepest crevices of your car. It's made out of aluminum throughout the body of the fan, so it feels hefty and premium to the touch. And genuinely, I wish I had something like this when I went to Big Bend or Japan this year. I was sweating so much, I just knew that I wouldn't be as overheated with this thing in my bag. I think this is going to be a huge add to my tech kit moving forward. So if you're interested in the Jisulife Ultra 2 handheld fan, check out the link in the video description below, and thanks again to Jisulife for sponsoring this portion of the video. You know those charging cables that came with your phone that you just tossed in a bin and never touched until your current charging cable decides to break? Then you scramble to try to find that bin so you can find that charging cable so you can charge your device before the battery dies? Yeah, these. Grab some of these. Since most things from laptops, tablets, phones, cameras, and wireless mice and wireless keyboards are USB Type-C now, I'd recommend keeping 3 different cables in your tech bag. One USB-C to USB-C cable, one USB-C to USB-A cable, and one high-powered USB-C to USB-C cable. Because having all of this would prepare you for any situation or outlet that you're using. But if you want to cut down on cables even more, get rid of your low-powered USB Type-C to C cable. See, there's this dumb thing about USB Type-C. While so many things use this amazing little port, there's so many different little standards surrounding it that makes it confusing to find the right cable, because they're not all built the same and do not do all of the same thing. So preferably, the high-powered USB-C cable is also a nice data cable, but it doesn't have to be, because let's be real, cables, they aren't too big and you can always squeeze in another one if you absolutely need to. So while I would say go light on these, make sure that you're covered for all the different devices you need. For charging bricks, just like with charging cables, you really could just use any extra ones that you have laying around your house. Just make sure they're fast enough for all the things you think you might want to charge. But if you want the fastest speeds or want the most convenient option, I'd go for some of these multi-port gallium nitrate charging bricks. I talk about them way too much, but that's because they have been game changers on trips and really simplified my travels. I can't go on another trip without one anymore. Is it strange for a grown man to be excited about charging bricks? Yes. Doesn't change the fact that I still am super excited about them. But basically, they're just these small little charging bricks that take up one wall outlet, but can give you enough power to charge a laptop alongside a tablet or smartphone. It's kind of crazy how much juice fits into a package this small. And if you are maxing these out, the only thing you have to really worry about is that they get uncomfortably warm during use, since everything, including the charging brick, is consolidated into this tiny little space. These are especially great while traveling because you just never know how many outlets are available where you're at or where you're staying, or where those outlets even are in that space. Okay, so next we have something that I personally feel is common sense. A battery bank. Just use any old one that you do own. They all kind of do the same thing, but newer, nicer ones like this one that I have here have some fancier features and might just charge your devices faster. But realistically, if all you're looking for is to charge your phone, watch, or iPad, you're fine with most battery banks. But some of the nicer ones do give you the capability to charge even your laptop if you want to. So I highly recommend keeping some kind of battery bank in your tech pouches, except for the tech pouch that you decide to leave in your car. Portable battery banks don't do well in hot weather and will be more prone to degradation, failure, and become potentially dangerous. But keeping one in your tech bag that lives in your backpack is fine. All right, this next item is something that I personally view crucial, but might not be on many people's minds: an SD card. SD cards are small, pretty darn cheap, and literally everything uses this thing. Your mirrorless camera, your specialty camera, your smartphone, tablet, laptop, whatever. Having one in your kit is just plain useful. Just imagine, you're at an important event. Maybe you're a photographer making your next shoot. Maybe you're just sitting in the stands of a graduation of your relative, or your kid's birthday party. Places where you probably want better quality than a phone. Forgetting an SD card could be a crazy mistake that misses the important moment, all because you forgot to keep this tiny little guy in your bag. I've been there, and it's tragic. It's not a great place to be. Please, it doesn't seem important until it is. I like to believe that we are in the golden era of computer ports. USB-C is becoming the de facto port for almost everything, and it's done wonders for my cable hoarding problem. But that doesn't mean we forgot the Great Depression of computer ports. The previous most common port, USB-A, is still very common, with things in 2025 still shipping with this port. So how do we make sure that we're good for every single tech situation that uses this port? Well, the cheapest and most compact way is with these USB-C adapters. These little things just change the port of your device to what you need. One of these changes it from USB Type-C to USB Type-A, and the other one changes your USB Type-A devices to USB Type-C. Some of these even have loops so that you can just keep them on your key ring instead of keeping one of these in each of your tech kits. Same with charging cables. That could cut down on how many cables you need too. Sure, they're short, but that's why they're for emergencies. Okay, so everything that I've brought up so far is what I typically leave in most of my tech kits. But I also realize that the way we all live, all work, and all travel are different. So this next section is going to be talking about some of the items that could be useful in some more niche tech kits. The first item is a car adapter. If you travel a lot, you'll end up in a few rental cars, and who knows what the heck that they'll have in there for you. It might be a good idea to just have one of these just to make sure that you're always able to charge your stuff while driving. You just never know. You might be in a situation where the car only has USB Type A ports and all you brought was a USB Type C cable. This could make sure that you're still able to charge your devices while driving. If you're more of an on-the-go power user, these should be obvious, but as just a reminder, please bring all the things you might need to get your work done, like an SSD or a USB Type-C hub to quickly and easily connect to your accessories and store your files. But if all you do is something like screen share, then something like this USB-C and HDMI adapter cable would be a great way to turn any monitor or TV that doesn't charge through USB Type-C into a one cable solution for your laptop, phone, or tablet for charging that device and screen sharing at the same time. Useful if you're the right person, especially the corporate America types that need to present their presentations, their PowerPoint slides all the time. If you're still rocking something that's a little older because you think, why waste money on something new if my old one still works, you might want to still include a micro USB or lightning cable just to make sure that your stuff can charge without issues. And do the same thing if you use a smartwatch. For some reason, every smartwatch manufacturer in the entire world decided to make all the different smartwatches out there all use different charging standards. Who thought this was a great idea? And now we all carry extra cables because of that. We live in a more wireless audio world than ever before, but there are plenty of new and older devices that you'll want to connect to that might not have Bluetooth. And if you anticipate that happening, then it might be a great idea to either keep a pair of old earbuds in your kit or something like the AirFly Bluetooth adapters. These things let you plug it into a 3.5mm headphone jack and use your wireless Bluetooth headphones or earbuds or even speakers with it. They do have to be charged from time to time, but give you plenty of listening time despite that. Oh, and if you fly internationally pretty often, get an airplane adapter. I know some planes are moving towards having Bluetooth or have regular headphone jacks available now, but I've been on plenty of planes and a lot of them still use these airplane adapters, and it frustrates me every time because I don't always think that I need it. Since your tech pouch is going to usually be in something important, you might want to consider placing a tracker in there, like an AirTag or Android Find My tracker. This way you can always make sure that your stuff is safe or give you that nice peace of mind. Or if you end up with more luggage on your trip, like on vacations buying too many souvenirs, you can always take the tracker and place it in that newer piece of luggage to keep an eye on it. So if you do travel a lot, especially internationally, you will 100% need an international travel adapter. These things do exactly what it says. It takes any input and turns them into a different output for a different country. The neat thing about this particular one is that it has USB-C and USB-A ports built directly onto this plug so that you can directly charge your devices off this. To be fair, these aren't very powerful ports, so you'd need to look at the fancier, higher wattage versions of these if you're looking to fast charge your devices, especially larger devices like a laptop. But because this is an adapter, nothing is stopping you from just taking your wall charger and plugging it directly into this to convert it properly and still have access to all these different ports at higher charging speeds. But we all know the real benefit of this thing is that you're just able to take the device that you do have and plug it in when you're overseas, which is nice. Either way, super beneficial to have and saves you from having to carry all those different little adapter things around, taking up valuable space. And lastly, if you're feeling super fancy and spendy and want to cut down on cables even more, then you can go with wireless chargers. Most mid and high range smartphones support wireless charging, and while it might not be the fastest, it can be super convenient because wireless chargers come in all different types of shapes and sizes, including shapes that suit travel, with multiple charging pads built into a small little compact device. My favorite one for the last year has been this Anker collapsible 3-in-1 MagSafe wireless charger. It charges my iPhone or Android phone with the MagSafe case, AirPods, and Apple Watch. This thing is a little pricey, but this does cut down on how many cables I have to carry from 3 cables down to just one, the one that plugs directly into this so that it can power everything else. There are definitely much cheaper alternatives available on different retailers, but again, this is just a nice to have item because carrying 3 cables isn't all that awful. It just makes your life a little bit more convenient. So that's all the different things that I've tried to use to improve the way that I prepare for any kind of tech situation that happens. So how has this whole dedicated tech kit concept worked out for me in real life? Honestly, with all of this, I couldn't be happier. I don't really think about what I need to pack anymore when I go out or travel, because I know that it's all in this pouch for whatever trip I'm about to take. Obviously, there's the specialty items I only pack when I need to, but since it's all mostly together, it saves me significant packing time. It saves me money from having to repurchase stuff that I already own because I forgot it on the trip and had to buy it at my destination, and it saves me time from unpacking because I don't have to put everything back to where it belongs after my trip is over. Because the tech kit is where they belong, it's where they live. This is their home. I also leave an essential tech kit in my car now, and this is just the bare essentials, and I also fill out one with everything that I permanently need that sits just in my backpack. Packing becomes just way less stressful when you know you have everything you need all the time. Instead, I can just focus on enjoying what's happening around me and taking in the different vibes. And so with that, I'd say it's been a success, even if it's been a lot. But I want to hear what you think. Have you kind of created your own little tech kit or something similar? Or has my tech kit inspired you for some stuff in your own? What's in your tech kit? What should be in mine? Leave all that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. And well, I'll see you all next time. Bye.